Technology giant Microsoft says that hackers from North Korea and Russia have been targeting scientists who've been working on vaccines. Let's get more on this story with Shauna in the Cube.
Well, according to Microsoft, there were hackers that targeted institutions in 6 different countries. They said not all attempts were successful, but some were. We have very little details with regards to the successful attempts. Microsoft has said that they have been in contact with those institutions. It has renewed calls to ratchet up the defences with regards to cyber attacks. Brad Smith, he's the president of Microsoft, he said this: cyber attacks on healthcare institutions responding to the COVID-19 pandemic are unconscionable. Now, here's some more details with regards to what we know about these cyber attacks. According to Microsoft, these hackers came from 2 different countries, North Korea and Russia. There was 3 different teams involved with this, 2 from North Korea, 1 from Russia. This is what they said. The targets include leading pharmaceutical companies and vaccine researchers in Canada, right here in France too, India, South Korea and the United States. This is how it worked in practice. We know that according to Microsoft North Korea, there was 2 teams, one called Zinc, another called Syrian. Zinc, what they did was they created fake job recruiting emails. And in the Syrian attack, they posed as WHO officials sharing COVID-19 data. All of this trying to get information back, sending these emails with the hope that they would get information back from these researchers. Now, with regards to Russia, this is how they carried out their attacks. 2 different methods. One was attempting to log in with commonly used credentials. The other was a trial of massive amount of numbers and passwords repeatedly trying to get into those systems. Now, the team involved in this is known as Fancy Bear. You might have heard of them before. Back in 2016, they were the group behind the targeting of the DNC servers. That's according to groups like the FBI. They attributed the hacking of the Clinton emails and so on to Fancy Bear. All of this comes, there's been more cyber attacks even dating previously back to this. There have been many this year. Most of them have been successful, but Microsoft listed just a few of these. In Europe, we had an attack on a hospital in Czech Republic, Paris's hospital systems, attacks on hospital systems in Spain. These were unsuccessful. But earlier on this year in Germany, they said that there was one tragic reality when a woman in Dusseldorf became the first known death as a result of a cyber attack on a hospital. What happened was she became ill. She was heading to one hospital. A cyber attack happened to that hospital. She then tried to get to another one, but by the time that she tried to make it there, she had sadly passed away. There are real world consequences to this. And this has called Brad Pascal to issue this statement saying world leaders need to come together and condemn this behaviour by affirming and enforcing international law to protect frontline workers and critical research. He said this back in Paris. He's been speaking in Paris at a Paris conference this week. We know that Emmanuel Macron signed what is known as the Paris Call back in 2018. That's the aim of trying to ratchet up global defences with regards to cyber attacks. But certainly this, the latest in what many people will be saying concerning cyber attacks to numerous institutions across the world.
Thanks, Shauna. Joining us here from our social media news desk, The Cube.